Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So since our last visit to the garage, I have done some work on my backlog, and I have these three cars here that are ready to be sold. I'll start here, I guess. This is another Porsche 911 RS America. This is the non-turbo 911, and I was actually thinking that I am beginning to feel like I haven't seen a turbo 911 in quite a while. I think every one I've done lately has been a non-turbo version, which is, of course, this one. This is the factory color for this car. It came out black. I decided to leave it that way. I did put different rims on it because I've been experimenting with different rims on the stock Porsches. I think these look pretty good. This is rim 13, I think, from the Rims DLC, and I think it looks alright. And this car is worth about $339,000 for this car. So that one can go. And then we have over here, this is a 5.0 Mustang, and this is, of course, the DLC Ford Mustang, which has the great big V8 Coyote engine in it. This one is, the factory color on this car was white, so I went ahead and left it this way as well. I thought it looked pretty good. These are the stock Ford rims, which don't come chromed, but I chromed them out. I think they look pretty good, so I went ahead and went with that. It's kind of reminiscent of the rim that's on the Mustang Mach-1, which comes by default as chrome and black. In fact, I have some more of these Mustangs in my storage. I might build one of these and use the Mach-1 rim on it just to see what it looks like. But this surprised me. The 911 was $339,000. This Mustang is $340,000. So this Mustang is marginally more valuable than the Porsche 911, which I thought was surprising. And then, of course, we have the Bugatti Chiron, and I still have like 6 of these stupid cars in my storage, and I'm slowly working through them. And the only reason I don't flush them all is because they sell for $2.6 million, and it's too much money to just throw away. So those two cars that I just sold were about $600,000. This car is 2.6 million. So looking at, call it 6 plus 6 is 12, carry the 1, call it $4.2 million for these 3 cars that I just sold. I mean, on that you could pretty much, you could come into the garage, sell some cars, and go home and be done. But I really want to get this Chevy Colorado finished, so we're going to go ahead and get to work on this car. I have done a bunch of pre-work on it already. The exhaust system has been changed out, and the interior is all done. So all I need to do is do the mechanical parts, and then this truck can go away. I hung on to this one for so long because it has a V8 engine. The other Chevy Colorados I have done have been V6, and I wanted to try one of these out with the V8 and see what kind of performance it gets. I do want to change these rims though, because I think these are pretty ugly. And what I have been trying to do lately is take out everything that I know I'm going to just be replacing. So that's why I'm removing all the brakes, and I'm going to remove the tie rods and the sway bars here. And the front double wishbone is going to go out because I'm going to be replacing all of those parts. Since none of these things are repairable, it's just easier to get them out of the way now. And actually, I think the rear end is a leaf spring. so it doesn't have any suspension to worry about. And this is not like the V6 one. The V6 one, you may remember, has two drive shafts coming from the transmission. Well, one from the transmission to the rear differential, and then from the rear differential forward to the front differential. This one has the V8 transfer case and the front drive shaft with the front drive axle, so this is more legit four-wheel drive. Let's get our parts here together. So that's basically a full set of disc brakes. The steering rack is sometimes repairable, but that one was 6%, so I don't think it would go. And these are all sway bar Bs. And that was a full set of disc brakes. I may have said that before, but either way, 4 of everything, except 2 of each disc. Let's get our double wishbone shocks together. Okay, maybe we can repair that drive shaft and reuse it. Yeah. Should have gone ahead and taken the, I should have gone ahead and pulled the front drive stuff too, because I know I'm going to need to buy all the clutch parts. Let's look at these wheels. These are 20-inch wheels, and they're all 305/60. Is that off-road B? Yeah, I think that's off-road. I think those are... not sure. It's not off-road B, it's just the off-road tire. 305/60/20 off-road. It seems like an awfully big tire. Yeah, okay. 20. So we need to pick out a 20-inch rim. And I actually have something in mind here. And it's one of the vanilla rims. But I think it'll look good on this. Where is it? Okay, that's what I thought it was called, but clearly not. There's a rim that comes on the Earthquake SUV, and I thought it looked... I've used it a couple of times. I thought it was called Rim Earthquake, but maybe not. Okay. I know I've used this before. There's one particular one I'm looking for, and And it has kind of an asymmetrical look to it. And I was thinking avalanche, that's the one. This is it right here. I was thinking earthquake, but it was avalanche. Let's go ahead and chrome these out. I think they're going to look really sharp. Okay, I think that was all 4 of them. Okay, let's take some more parts off this thing while we wait. Okay, now I think we have like 2 more tires to balance still. I don't think we got to repair very much there. What do we still need to get? Make sure these tires are right. 305, 60, 20, so these can go. 3 U-bolts, 1 leaf spring plate, and 1 leaf spring. So 1 solid drive axle, wheel hub 3, I think that was rear knuckle B. No, it was not. Okay, there we go. Get this slapped in here. Yes. That looks way better. That looks way better than those other wheels. It just seems like an awfully big tire. It barely fits in there. We got the right, I verified that it was the correct size. So I guess I just run with it. There's an intercooler up there. I almost missed it. Okay, let's get the engine out. And then we need to process the parts we just took off. Fortunately, we don't have everything that we need. We already did part of it. It's 12 bushings. I get the hub bearings. Those front wheel hubs we might be able to repair. Okay, let's see. We should be just down to repairable parts here at this point. I think something just failed there. I wasn't looking. I think we got quite a bit. Yeah, we don't need this, or this, or this, or that. Yeah, we got darn near everything. That was pretty good. Bottom, front axle. And that was drive shaft H. Excellent. So we can get the front end put back together relatively quickly here. Doesn't it look so much better when it's all brand new metal though? I mean, you get in here when it's all rusty and beat up and you feel like you're going to get tetanus just from looking at it. But you take it all out and you put in brand new steel, and it's like a work of art. It's beautiful when it's all put together and everything is nice and pristine. It is just so satisfying to work on. Okay. Really like that. I do think that those wheels might be a tad bit too big. Yeah, it just seems like maybe it should be an inch smaller. And I did match the wheel size that was on it to begin with. It just seems so large. I don't remember them looking so big. This doesn't seem... And when I look at it from here, there's a pretty good gap right there. When I get down low, well, there's still a pretty good gap there. I guess it's the angle that I was looking at it. I have a feeling though that this would hit. The suspension flexes even slightly, and I think this would hit. And the front looks weird too. It's got this big cutout here. I'm going to go with it. I still think these wheels look way better than the ones that were on it. It just seems awfully big. Let's get this engine done, shall we? Okay, we'll turn this over and we'll quickly go through what we just pulled out. So everything that we know was not going to be reusable. The rollers and the belts, the cam gears, need to buy 4 of those. The crankshaft pulley and the water pump pulley. I need to buy a new gearbox too, because I'm not going to use that. I just repaired it so that I could sell it. Let's see. And that's just gearbox V8. And then we need to come over here and buy a power steering pump and an alternator. A fuel filter, spark plugs, pistons. We also need to buy the camshafts, the heads, and the manifolds. This engine has coils. I don't think that... I think that this is like the standard V8 manifold that they don't have a performance version of. So I know I'm going to need these and the ignition coil cover. Should also be a V8 throttle. Oh, and fuel rails. The manifold I'm looking for is this one. And I think I haven't bought rings yet. Okay, so that means we can now get rid of this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. So let's see if we can reuse the water pump. Nope, gotta buy a water pump. Oh yeah, I just remembered. It just occurred to me because I can see there aren't any caps in here either. Got to buy the crankshaft caps and the camshaft, the bearing caps. I'm losing my mind here. The rod caps and the crankshaft caps. That's what I need to buy. Okay, we're probably not going to be able to repair that crankshaft either, though. It's only like 8%. Yeah. Got the block, but not the crankshaft. Plus we need oil. And I think that that is everything. I think I'll be able to just slap this engine together now. I love how the clutch assembly clips through the mounting plate here. love doing these kind of V8s. They're so easy. There's no rocker arms or push rods to deal with. Everything just bolts in. Doing overhead valve engines is always exhausting. These things go together real easy if you have all the parts already ready to go. That's what I always recommend to people, is make sure you have everything you need when you get started. And it'll be like a breeze going through everything. Of course, some of these engines you'll do a lot of. The V8s are this particular V8 is pretty common, and there's variations of it. Oh, you see that? I bought the wrong ones. Oh, bloody hell. It must be C and D. Alright, and I think we're done. It looks like everything is where it's supposed to be. I wonder if this car can take the supercharged V8. No, it's not an option. I bet if I went in and edited the config, though, I could get it to take the supercharged V8. And that would turn it into really something frightening. I think I need to buy a starter for it. I'm pretty sure I don't have one. What the hell is that white rectangle? Something on the body of the car. Okay, I think that should be everything. Let's see, are you 100% now? No, you're not. What have I forgotten? Oh, okay. There. Now everything is there. So we can move this thing over to the dyno and test it out. So we're starting with 383. I would imagine over 500 at least. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. $744 is a lot. Let's say doubling this would be 6. 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 766 to double it. So we're only like 22 horsepower short of our 100% increase. So we have to take this thing out and drive it now. Looks alright in here. There's something clipping through there. I can see it. I think that's the transfer case clipping through there just above the seat. And I think our point of view is a bit low. Our point of view here, it's like, this is like if a 14-year-old is sitting in the driver's seat. Oh well, okay. Drive time. Okay, here we are on the track. Let's take a look-see at this thing real quick. This color is the factory color. I went ahead and left it. It's kind of a seafoam green, I guess. It's not terrible. I don't hate it. Since I'm not a truck guy, I wouldn't be keeping this thing. So I didn't worry too much about what color it was. I really like the rims, though. I think the rims are really good on this. I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So let's see what we can do here. See if we can keep this thing in a straight line. I mean, off-road tires are not meant as speed tires, so off-road tires are not meant as speed tires, so it may be a little difficult to keep it under control. Maybe not. I think we're gonna hit 200. It's kind of rocking and rolling. Boy, that was way more stable than I expected it to be. Maybe because it's four-wheel drive. But 203 miles an hour for that. And it was solid as a rock. It didn't try to get away from me at all. I'm really impressed with that. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and sell this thing. Let's get back and sell it. Okay, cool. So we have fully rebuilt the car. We've sat in it. We've driven it. It's actually a better driving vehicle than I expected. So let's see how much it's worth. 161 plus 32 is $192,000. That's pretty darn good. I'm pretty pleased with that. So we go and shoot this thing out the door. And holy crap, I have an empty garage. I don't even remember what this looked like. I've had so many cars in here for so long. Alright, cool. So that will go ahead and wrap this up. We will continue working on the backlog. We'll probably go ahead and go to the junkyard next time just for fun. Maybe we'll find something interesting to work on. If not, I have plenty more cars still to work on. And I still want to get eventually everything in my parking organized and arranged so that I can find things when I'm looking for them. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you again for our next junkyard adventure. Oh, and by the way, I probably am going to do at least another tank mechanic video, because I have been playing a lot of it on the side, I still really enjoy doing the tanks. I'm finding it really kind of zen to build tanks, so you may see another video from that, but just fair warning. So, on that note, bye for now.